All right, y'all. Once again, we are back with another video. First and foremost, welcome back to the platform. Welcome back to RealLyfe Joker, the channel, man, where this is life's a joke. And life is not a joke, man. Right now, we are dealing with something very serious with this MO3 trial, man. It's just getting underway. It's just getting started. We're just getting to the finally the trial. If y'all don't know, the MO3 trial, of course, started back in August 24th was jury selection. And then, of course, now we're actually starting the actual trial. Today's day one, August 26th. And we're about to get, just going with this whole thing. MO3 was gunned down November 11, 2020, during COVID. He was gunned down on the highway of 35 in Dallas. It looks like the assailant was wearing a ski mask. Later on, we were to come to find out that Yella Beezy gets arrested for paying for the hit of MO3. And everyone kind of knows that there was a beef going back and forth between MO3, Yella Beezy, Trap Boy Freddy, Oak Cliff, Go Yayo. It was all over the place. I mean, it's hard to even kind of explain who was all beefing and stuff of that nature. But with that being said, the goal of this is to kind of just follow the trial, go along with what their witnesses are saying, kind of getting the details of the case itself. So with that being said, I know y'all are here to see me chop it up about it all day. So I like to get right to it. Just to kind of give y'all a little history. Of course, real life street stars have been part of MO3's career with interviews, with conversation. We've done videos for him. We've done a lot of stuff. We shot his birthday. I was in his 221 video. You can see us joking and playing Connect 4 and a bunch of other stuff. So with that being said, it's a very, very serious situation in regards. A lot of people's lives are in the balance. MO3 already lost his life. Everyone is fathers. Everyone has kids. A lot of people are affected by this. So with that being said, without further ado, let's go and get back into the trial. Let's see what's going on. I believe the first witness will be called. Let's just see who that is.
Side, which is going to vote the rule?
Yes, Your Honor, the defense would invoke the rule at this time.
Okay. All right, both sides are instructed to tell their witnesses, both their witnesses, potential witnesses.
We got some Henny Rita, Henny Iced Tea. This is not sponsored by Hennessy and Iced Tea, but I'm an avid drinker of good old Hennessy. I haven't had this before, so I'm gonna see how it is. It wasn't me who drunk this much of it, so. Oh, they're gonna call Nichole, Miss Nichole. They're calling MO3's mama first. Let's watch. I'm gonna not try to interrupt a lot unless I have to interrupt. But let's watch. Again, very much condolences for MO3's mama. She, of course, just had to bury her son. I have a personal relationship with her, man, so I won't speak down on her at all. Ooh, not so bad. Yeah.
Statement proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. You nervous?
Of course you're gonna be nervous.
Just introducing yourself
First
to
witness.
the jury and spelling your name to the court reporter.
My name is Nichole Noble, that's Nichole, last name Noble. I am the mother of Melvin Noble.
You need to take a second. I know. Why are you nervous this morning?
This has been a long time coming.
I like that. A long time coming. That's his song. A lot of gorillas in the chat.
Again, if you need to take a break, compose yourself. That's perfectly fine. And I just want to kind of start with some of the basics. Where are you from?
We're from McKinney, Texas.
And when you say we're from McKinney, Texas, how many, do you have a husband? Are you married? Been married? Do you have kids? Tell me a little bit about your family.
I have an ex-husband,
Okay.
Melvin's dad, but I am a mother of two. I have two boys. Melvin was my oldest. I also have a youngest son that's still with us.
And what's his name?
Corey Simpson.
And as far as your ex, not trying to bring that up, but what was his name?
Melvin Senior, Melvin Noble Senior.
Okay, and so Melvin, who we're going to be talking about during this trial, he was a junior.
Yes.
What was Melvin's birthday?
He was born May 31st, 1992.
And I know I've been referring to him as Melvin Noble, and I said Mo3, but what did you call him as his mother?
I call him the Melvin, but the whole family, he's Bubba. He's Uncle Bubba. He's Bubba to the family, but he's Little Melvin.
MO3 was Bubba too.
And just, if you wouldn't mind, I know this church heard a little bit just from opening statements about what he did professionally, but can you tell us a little bit about how Melvin got into rap? How did that career take off? Like, when did he begin rapping or singing?
I would say he was born into music, so he's been singing all his life. He could hold 2-part harmonies at the age of 2, but rapping, I would say about 7, 8. I can remember him writing his first rap on an Easter program. You know, we used to have Easter programs, so he wrote his first rap on the Easter program.
And when you say on the Easter program, that was at the church?
At the church.
You're on rap approach?
Oh, no, Easter program. He got the Easter program?
In the past few years,
You gonna submit it?
I've gotten to know each other. I asked for you to provide me
I
with
like how the
some
TV says
photos.
Noble. That's interesting.
I appreciate you providing me with quite a few, and I appreciated that. But States Exhibit 1, States Exhibit number 2, and States Exhibit 3 are those photos that you provided to me, and those are kind of the ones we picked out to kind of discuss your son. All right, State would offer States Exhibit number 1, 2, and 3 previously tendered to the Defense Council for inspection, but tendering again.
There's no objection, Your Honor.
State Exhibits 1, 2, and 3 are admitted for all purposes.
Ms. Miller, I want to start with number 2. I kind of went back and forth for a little while. If you wouldn't mind, I know there was a story.
Plane.
You came
And
to
that
the
was
airport.
that was my last birthday with him.
And what year was that photo taken?
In
I put it out.
2019.
So this was not too far before the time when he was actually murdered, correct?
Well, that was December 2019.
So the next year, the following year.
The following year, it was my birthday. He didn't make it to my birthday. The following year.
Gotcha. And Your Honor, permission to publish States Exhibits 1, 2, and 3. If I forgot, I apologize.
You may.
Thank you. States Exhibit number 1, and I know it's kind of hard, but look all right there. When was this photo taken?
That one was taken in 2019 as well, of him and the kids. That was 2019 as well.
And are these his babies?
Those are his kids.
Okay. And just, if you wouldn't mind, would you mind sharing who they are?
The boy that's Tremont, that's his oldest. This is Malaysia Nichole. That's the next one, and the baby is Maria Nichole.
So Malaysia on the far left.
Yes,
And how old are they now?
they are 7, 8.
I'm assuming that what they're doing is they're getting the photographs of the children to show at the time of, him being a family man, basically him being a father. You got to humanize your subject. So I totally understand this first picture
8 and 9.
or second picture.
Can you just kind of let the jury know just a little bit about LaMelvin or Bubba, just not the star rapper. What would you like to know or degree to know about him as a person?
Well, he was a family man. He loved his family. He loved his mama. I know that. But he was Lil Melvin and Bubba to us. It was never Mo3 at home because it wasn't about rap at home. It was always, like I said, Bubba. He loved to make the family laugh. He was gonna be the clown. He was always our entertainment. He could turn any kind of day. I mean, we could be having a bad day and he gonna make it good. And he was just my baby. He was my baby. It was, no, I never referred to him as Mo3 till after he died, and he's still a Melvin, but it was never that at home. He liked to play Connect Four. He liked to sing. We did all of that at home. Like I said, he was our entertainment. Every holiday, every family gathering, it's gonna be him.
And so he began his love of music at an early age,
As a baby,
and sang in the church.
yes.
In fact, you still sing in the church, is that right?
I was a choir director, and so my kids, when nobody else wanted to sing, my kids had to sing and have a choice.
And as he got older, is that when he found a love and a passion for rapping?
Like I say, he always did it. He always did the music. He just, gotta say, it saw fit for him to, make it, because, everybody around us wanted to rap and sing, and he made it. In our eyes, he made it.
And your ex-husband, Melvin Sr., both of y'all sang, is that correct?
Yes.
So in State's Exhibit number 3, is this a photo of your son, Melvin Noble, performing?
Yes.
And the name Mo3, I know a lot of people pronounce it wrong, or say it wrong, or spell it wrong, but where does Mo3 come from?
His dad used to be called Triple L Cool Bell. And
Triple L Cool Melvin.
Lil Melvin took his name. That's all I can tell him. I told him all the time, you took your daddy's name. So he said he's a Mo of 3. So his daddy was already called 3. So he went from Lil 3 to he's Mo3.
And that stuck. I mean, that was
Yes.
until his last day on earth. And now, October of 2020, I'm sure the jury remembers, but we were in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. But was he still traveling a bunch and still performing and recording and everything?
That I knew that he was.
Okay. And here I'm at, bro. Information about freely throughout the testimony.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm going to share this and mark the State's Exhibit 998. That's previously been admitted for record purposes. Just a calendar of the months of October 2020, November 2020, and December 2020. Do you remember this time period of those dates? And you remember this year?
I remember.
State would offer State's Exhibit 998, previously tendered to defense for all purposes.
May I just review that? I'm sorry. No objection.
State's Exhibit 998 is admitted for all purposes.
And Your Honor, State would offer State's Exhibit 999 for demonstrative purposes only.
And what is 999?
It's the same calendar that's on 998,
Just a bigger.
Yes,
version?
correct.
Okay.
And there appears to be things on there that maybe can be removed at some points. It's not just blank. I don't know what's under there.
There's nothing under there. That's all correct.
Okay. All right, then I don't have objection to 999.
All right. State's Exhibit 999 is admitted for demonstrative purposes.
(2020). Yeah, I'm just showing you a smaller photo here of State's Exhibit 2 that we've already published. You see that? I'm putting that over here on State's Exhibit 999. Just a smaller picture for now of the family.
Yeah, Your Honor, I'm so sorry. Can we just scoot it back so that we can see what's being placed on there?
Well, would you be able to see what's on it from that far back? Okay. You can scoot it back a little bit. Would you stand out there and see?
And the full-size photo is already in evidence, Your Honor.
Your Honor, Mr. White cannot see the board.
Are you able to fit it over there by the door?
I'll try. For now, Your Honor, I think that'll work.
Okay, can the jury, see that? Okay, good.
Excellent. Now, how did you find out, or when did you learn that your son had been killed?
Well, my baby boy called me. He called me and told me that he had been shot. I then went to the hospital, and after being there about 2 hours, they came and told me that he didn't make it.
November 11th of 2020.
So yeah, that's her confirming that from what they did was they of course tried to assist and keep him alive. I'm assuming that he was not pronounced dead on the highway, that from what it sounds like 2 hours after, that's when he was pronounced.
November 11th, 2020.
Sorry. And so approximately what time did you?
It was about, I'd say about 11, maybe about between 11:45 and 12 noon.
Okay. And just again, what had you learned at that moment? Did you know if he was alive or?
No, when I got the call, no, I didn't know.
Okay. And when you received this call, where did you go?
I went to, I think we were at the Methodist Hospital here in Dallas.
And when you arrived there, was there anybody else there with you?
I came by myself, but the hospital was full of people. But yeah, I was there. I went by myself, but the hospital was full of people already.
Okay. When you say full of people because he had been shot?
Yes.
Okay. And when you arrived at the hospital, were you able to go back and see him, or what happened when you first
When
arrived?
I first got to the hospital, I went in, I asked for him. They put me in a room. They told me to wait on the doctor. So I was waiting on the doctor. And like I said, it forever about 2 hours. And when the detectives and everybody came back, then they came in to tell me that he didn't make it.
And was that a couple hours after?
It was a couple of hours after I got there. I had been there a couple of hours.
Now, on November 11th, when you got that call, were you surprised that he was even in town, or did you know if he was in town or out of town?
I knew he was coming back that day. He had left. He told me he was going to California. He left, and I knew he was coming back that day, but I didn't know he was already back.
And when you say already back, did you later find out that he actually came back in town on November 10th?
Yes, after he died.
After he died. Leading up to November 11th, had you ever had any concerns about his safety or anything like that?
I didn't like that because I didn't know, I'm old, so I'm not listening to rap. And so I didn't know, again, when he's at home with us, he's not the rapper. He's not MO3 the rapper. He's LaMel, he Bubba. So we didn't have to worry about none of that at home.
And I know you've heard a lot that's gone on in the years since. Is that fair?
Yes.
But as a mother, that wasn't something that you were privy to or knew about.
Mhm.
Now, Ms. Noble, I know it's been almost 6 years. Before I go through this last exhibit, is there just anything that I've forgotten to ask you that you think is important for me to ask you about what took place in those days, and what you remember from the 11th of this period? Just know.
And I apologize, Your Honor, I'm going to just object to that as this is question and answer and not narrative.
Sustained.
And just a reminder, how old was your son in 2020?
It was 28.
And how old were his children?
They were 1, 2, and 3.
Ms. Noble, yeah,
Your Honor, may we approach briefly?
Fisherman.
Yeah, I swear this dude, this lawyer, man, he looks like Ted Lasso, man. I keep getting Ted Lasso from him. I'm gonna call him Ted Lasso.
now, Ms. Noble, you have a support group here with you. Is that part of your family?
Yes.
Who all is here with you here in the courtroom?
My brothers, my sister-in-law, my nephew, my friends.
And when we met the other day, or a couple weeks ago, I guess, you'd had some questions about the murder itself and how his body was. Is that fair?
Yes.
And you wanted to see a couple of things just to get a better understanding of how he was shot. Is that fair? Now I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 4. You've previously seen it.
And you're gonna show the pictures?
Just briefly. And is that your son?
Yes.
And that was after he passed?
Yes.
Could you describe State's Exhibit 4 for the record?
The living photo, or the identification photo, excuse me, not live photo, identification photo after Mr. Noble had passed, that was taken at Swift's.
Any objections?
The defense stipulates to the
Exhibit number 4 is admitted.
Permission to publish.
You may.
Thank you. And Your Honor, I'll be publishing that through the medical examiner to specify the way.
That's fine, later on.
Yes, Your Honor. Not with Ms. Noble on the stand. All right. Thank you, Ms. Noble.
Okay, so he's saying he's gonna. What he said? Thank you.
All right, defense.
Thank you.
Okay, so he's saying he showed her the pictures of MO3 passing. They are going to show those pictures, but it's going to be shown, of course, during the medical examiner portion. As far as interviewing his mom, I don't know the purpose of this. I don't know the purpose of having her come up there and just give a character witness. I mean, he made a whole calendar, as you can see, a huge calendar. I don't know why he didn't ask her what was she doing on the day of. She showed a picture of them together for, I believe, her birthday or her going to Vegas. Um, and that picture was taken in December of 2019. And mind you, Mo3 died in November of 2020. So I'm like, is that the last picture you have with your son in the whole year? That doesn't make sense. So I don't know the relevance of it. That doesn't show good on Mo3 as far as showing him a mother's boy, because you want to show either a call the night before or a picture the day before or something. The fact that she didn't know he was coming home, the fact that he didn't call her to tell her I am home, and she found out that he was actually back in Dallas from LA after he passed. I don't, I wouldn't have went down that route. I believe there was so many more questions to ask her as far as just, what was in her eyes, what was his status, as far as, being around Boosie, doing an album with Boosie, that he was making a lot of music to show that he was a rising star. He was a rising artist. And even though she didn't listen to his music or was okay with his music, and even though he cussed and talked about doing all this other stuff, she was still noticing that he was a bigger star than what she expected. That's kind of where I would have led with her questioning versus just asking blanket statements like, how was he? What kind of son was Bubba? Or the prosecutor said Lil Melvin. He's trying to call him how black people call him. So interesting nonetheless. Let's see what cross-examination does here. Let's get started.
Good morning, Ms. Noble. My name is Bree West. I'm going to just ask you a few questions. If there's anything that I ask you that you don't understand or is confusing, just ask me to rephrase it or repeat it. Is that okay? Okay. So Melvin Noble is your son.
Yes.
And he, obviously you guys were very close, it sounds like. Is that right?
Yes.
Clearly you loved him. You talked about all the different family things that you did at home. Is that right?
Yes.
And how he would spend time with you and at your home and play games and things like that. Is that right?
Yes.
And then I also heard you say that Melvin was a different person when he was at home. Is that correct?
Yes. Well, yes.
Yes, he was your son when he was at home. Is that right? Yes. And in fact, you said that you never even called him Mo3. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
And you didn't like none of the Mo3 persona was inside of your home.
Right.
And therefore you didn't have any information about things that may have been going on as it relates to the persona Mo3. Is that fair?
Well, I mean, as far as when you're saying anything going on, beef, no. Now, we did listen to some of his music.
Sure, I mean,
You know,
you're-
we have a.
You're gonna be
Allow
supportive.
her to
Yes.
finish the answer. Go ahead.
Yes, I mean, we did, like I said, so you're.
Damn, the lady's about to cut her off now. I believe this is a different defense attorney. The other one was wearing pink. This one chooses not to get up and walk around, which is the lawyer's discretion if she chooses to get up and walk around and talk directly to her. This one chooses to sit, technically at her desk and talk to her from across the way. A prerogative, but let's continue.
Saying not knowing anything about the Mo3. Yes, we
And-
listened to his music
And let me
but
pause.
not like.
Let me stop you just 1 second. I think that I didn't ask a good question. Of course, I assume and believe that you would have supported your son's career.
Yes.
Is that right? And that you would have bought his music, listened to his music, all of the things. Is that right? Okay. I'm talking about Mo3, the performer and the persona. That person, what I understood you to say, wasn't somebody that you spent time with. Is that right? You spent time
Because
with,
he wasn't rapping at home with us. He
right?
wasn't at home performing for us rapping. He did that when he was little, not when he became Mo3 the rapper. No, he wasn't doing that at home with us.
Okay. And so when he became Mo3 the rapper, would you agree with me that Mo3 the rapper was a persona that he put out into the world?
Yes.
And that he did, he grew that persona on social media. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
And that he grew it through performing and sort of online. Is that fair?
Yes.
And that because that persona was separate from you, you didn't necessarily know a lot of the things that the persona had going on. Is that fair?
Yes.
In terms of any, sort of any issues that the persona, MO3, had going on. Is that fair?
Yes. Correct.
For example, were you aware?
I'm gonna object. She said she had no awareness of the persona or anything going on with the persona. So I think going into 4 examples of them, she said she doesn't. She's already answered it.
And I just want to make sure that.
That was a good
it's such
objection.
Generalized question. I just want to clarify whether or not there's any information that she does in fact know.
Let's tailor it down to what she does know.
Specifically.
Okay.
So you perhaps didn't know about the issues or the problems or the instigation or whatever it is that MO3, the artist, had. Is that what I heard you say?
Correct.
Okay. But you are aware that there was some conflict and some tension between him and his manager, Rainwater. Is that right?
Oh, that's wild. She brought a rainwater. Okay, let's see where this is going.
I don't know what you're talking about right there.
Okay.
What you mean?
That there were issues between him and his manager, Rainwater, that have extended into issues that you have with his ex-manager, Rainwater.
I'm gonna object for relevance,
What?
Your Honor. I don't know how this is relevant at all to anything further.
Can we approach briefly?
Yeah, ma'am.
All right, so while they're doing a sidebar, yeah, for her to bring up rainwater immediately, which is crazy, this must mean that she must have some information that leads her to quickly go to rainwater versus Yella, Beezy, Trap Boy Freddy, Go Yayo, anyone who could have done this. For her to lead right into rainwater is crazy. I wonder where she's getting at. I wonder what she's coming to. And I see that all 3 attorneys are Black women. And I guess the only attorney for the state is the one white guy, Ted Lasso. So, yeah, for her to bring up rainwater, that's very random, very crazy. Yeah, we about to see where it goes.
Okay, and so what you're saying is, ma'am, that the difficulties that your son had with Go Yayo, Brandon Rainwater, Trap Boy Freddy, Beto, Gunna Music, the issues and the beefs and the problems that he had with all of those people, you're not aware of, is what you're saying?
No, I
Lot of
didn't know
music.
any of those people until he died, except Rainwater.
Okay. And so what you now know is that there were disagreements with a bunch of different people and the persona make MO3 and the performer MO3.
Again, he wasn't here, so I still don't really know what's to be true and what's not to be true, because again, before he died, I knew none of those people. I knew none of nobody before he died.
And my question is that what you now have learned is that with the performer MO3, there were conflicts and issues with a bunch of different people.
I've seen that on social media.
And so before, and you don't know anybody named Keywan White, is that right?
I did not know.
And you don't know, you weren't present on the highway on November 11th? you don't know anything that led up to November 11th, is that right? You don't know anything that was existing between any of those Rainwater, any of those people and the persona MO3 prior to that, is that right?
Rain and Melvin didn't have an issue that I knew of, so I don't know what you're asking. You're saying that what's the question again? Because they didn't have an issue as far as I know of.
Right, and I guess that's my question, that you weren't aware of that,
No.
okay? But you don't know that there wasn't an issue.
Right.
Right. And so are you aware that,
Your Honor, I'm gonna object again because this witness is only here to ID her son and what she knew about that day. She's testified multiple times that she's not aware of any of these people or any of these personas. And defense keeps going down this rabbit hole.
and I apologize, Your Honor, we were just learning about the persona of MO3 and the person of MO3, and there was a lot of information put out about that. So I'm just asking her questions following that, on that.
And I think she's responded that he was this person at home to them. And she does
You
not.
see, I'm reading the comments on the side. I'm gonna
She does
kind of
not know
highlight
any of the
comments
other
as I see them.
or about any beefs. And so she's not aware of any, any of this information.
Okay,
So,
Thank
okay, with that in mind, go ahead and tailor your questions to what she does know based on her answers.
okay, thank you. What I heard you testify to is that you learned that Melvin Noble had come back, that he was in LA prior to November 11th, is that right?
Yes.
And that you believed that he was in LA at least all the way through November 11th, is that right?
Well, I knew he was coming back November 11th.
Or yes, thank you for correcting me, coming back November 11th, you knew that.
Yes.
But you later learned that he had come back before November 11th, is that right?
After he died.
And do you know who he was traveling with when he was in LA?
Him and Rain.
Okay,
And Rain.
do you know whether or not Mr. Rainwater traveled back with him?
I don't know.
Do you know whether or not he was present with him
I don't know.
anytime?
I don't know.
Okay, and the only thing is, this young lady has to write down everything that we're saying,
Okay.
and so that's why it's different. I don't want to talk over you, and I don't want you to talk over me.
Oh, they're
And
getting
so my
fight.
question is, do you know whether or not when he returned early, whether or not anybody knew, other than the person he was traveling with, that he was coming back early?
No. I don't
They
know.
are asking the wrong questions for sure.
You said that you did listen to his music, is that right?
Yes, the part when he wasn't cussing.
Okay, so a lot of his music did have cuss words in it, is that fair?
Yes.
Okay, and so are you aware of the content and things that he was rapping about in his music?
Now, but before he died, no, I didn't know, because a lot of it I listened to after.
And so are you aware that his rap songs are talking about sort of money and shootings and drugs
Yes.
and all of that kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay, and what you're saying is that part of MO3 you didn't know?
No.
But you are not saying that that's not a part of MO3 that existed since he rapped about it?
That's not him with me.
Okay. And I think you already answered this, but I want to make sure that you're saying that you're not aware of any conflicts that he had with anyone.
I don't know.
Okay, and I just want to make sure that I understood that. And so you don't know anything about conflict with the Marquis contact? That you didn't know that? I mean, maybe after the fact, but you didn't know that at the time, is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, I wonder if they
And so you don't
Say
know
Marcus
any of
Conway
the
or Yella
relationships
Beezy.
or the connections between any people?
Objection,
No.
Your Honor, asked and answered.
Sustained.
Ms. Noble, we're sorry for your loss. Thank you.
You pass the witness.
Yes.
And state,
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor. This witness found to be excused.
state, defense?
No, Your Honor, we'd like that.
Yeah, she didn't. Okay.
Yes.
Ms. Noble, you can step down for now, but please don't leave in case, the defense wants to call you, okay? Thank you.
Your Honor, can we approach?
Yes, you may.
Okay, they're done. This is good. This is getting good. It's already gone crazy. Miss Noble, Miss Nichole Noble, Mo3’s mama just got off. Again, the state used Miss Noble to kind of show who the hell is in the way, to kind of show who Mo3 is. Just kind of, they could have did better showing who Mo3 is. I think they didn't do a good job. Who is in the camera? This is the way this camera set up. Now the defense goes on to, of course, ask Miss Noble about beef that he had, and that did he separate the Mo3 versus Melvin when he came home? Did you know about beef? And she's like, no. And she's like, well, so that means you don't know about nothing he had going on. And did you know his beef with Rainwater? And for her to say Rainwater, of all the people, that is so weird to bring Rain in. I wonder what Rain said about this. I went to Rain's Instagram today, and he's not saying nothing about this case. He's just saying,
You can go back to your seat, please.
he ain't saying nothing about it. So this is interesting as far as where it's about to go and what is about to happen
Stay
next.
calling next witness.
Okay, they're about to call the next witness. So anyway, with that being said, this is just me getting Miss Noble going through her situation. Again, shout out Miss Nichole. Again, my condolences to you in regards to losing your son. Whether you knew what he was rapping about or not, there's nothing that you could do to say grieve, to grieve a son. So I apologize to her for having to go through this and sit up there on this, sit up there and just talk about this. It is very hurtful to relive this and get shown images of this stuff. Even if she wants to go home, they told her to stay. She did say that she was there with her brother, her family, friends. So I'm glad she has a support system that's there with her. But man, I'm curious what this defense is going. Again, I didn't like the initial conversation as far as with the prosecution to just kind of paint a picture. They could have painted a better picture if they're trying to win a case. And as far as the defense, looks like they have an agenda. Rainwater. Rainwater before Trap Boy Freddy and Yella Beezy. Seems like they have a whole agenda. I'm curious of where that rabbit hole goes down. Luckily, the judge did not let them go further down that. The objections were right and nice. Why are we continue to ask about this? Let's move on, ask a question and go. You can't say, for example. Let me say, don't even ask for example. Just say, ask the question in yes or no. Keep it to yes or no's. So with that being said, all right. That was man, we're like 43 minutes in. That was Nichole, the first witness called. Miss Nichole, Mo3's mother, is the first witness in this trial. I believe that sets a standard of who Mo3 is and who was taken away from us. I believe that's the goal. So I'm curious of who they're going to call next. So again, we're going to follow this trial. We're going to go through the next one. I'm not going to do it all in one day. We're going to make this in small doses. But with that being said, as long as you guys are with me, I'm going to keep on reporting it. I want you guys to do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Please hit that subscribe button to follow this and ongoing videos coming up. Make sure you share and comment. I want to see what y'all are thinking. Give me y'all thoughts. Should they have called Miss Nichole in the first place? How did the prosecution do with handling Miss Nichole? How did the defense do with handling Miss Nichole? How did the judge do with the objections and things of that nature? How did the judge do? And what do you think the goal of the prosecution was? And what is the goal of the defense? Painting a picture of Melvin Noble, bringing up who his enemies really are. Man, it's getting very interesting very quickly. That's the first witness of maybe out of 250 witnesses they have the ability to call. This one's about to get crazy, man. I don't know what's about to happen. So with that being said, tune in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to know when I'm coming up next. I got maybe like 2 more videos to watch. I believe this trial is 8 hours just today. So I believe they're going to call another witness. I'm going to probably have that on the next video. So make sure you're tuning in to the next one. Make sure you do the thing. Hit that like button, subscribe. Joker signing out, man. Let's go.